Good morning to you all. Good morning to you all. Now today we are going to start our new IELTS program. That is we call Win IELTS program. මේ ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එක ගැන කතා කරද්දී මම මුලින් පොඩ්ඩක් සිංහලෙන් කතා කරලා ඊට පස්සේ අපි මේක සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම මේ අපේ සාකච්ඡාව අපි ඉංග්‍රීසි මාධ්‍යයෙන් කරමු. මොකද හේතුව IELTS කියන්නේ තරංකාරී ඉංග්‍රීසි විභාගයක් නිසා. ඒකයි බලාපොරොත්තුව. එතකොට අපි අද බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන මූලිකව ඔයාලට IELTS පිළිබඳව හැඳින්වීමක් ඉන්ට්‍රොඩක්ෂන් එකක් කරන්න සහ ඊට අමතරව අපි බලමු පොඩි ස්පීකින් ප්‍රැක්ටිස් එකක් කරන්න කොහොමද අපේ IELTS සම්බන්ධව අපේ කතා කිරීමේ හැකියාව කොයි වගේද කියලා බලන්න. ඒක තමයි ප්ලෑන් එක. මම හිතන්නේ හැමෝටම තේරෙනවා ඇති ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් කතා කරමු. මොකද මම ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් කරන්න ඕන මේක හේතුව මේක ඉංග්‍රීසි මීඩියම් එක්සෑම් එකක් නිසා. පැහැදිලි නේද? Right. Okay. So I am going to start today program of IELTS. First of all that I would like to explain you what is IELTS means. What is the meaning of IELTS? Anyone knows IELTS? International English Language Testing System. So means International English Language Testing System. We call IELTS. IELTS means International English Language Testing System. Now, when looking at this name, you feel it is International English Language and it's a testing system. But I want to tell you at the very beginning of this program, even though this named as International English Language Testing, this exam not just test your English knowledge. It just not test your English knowledge. Please understand, this exam checks something beyond that. Beyond that. It means to succeed the IELTS exam, you definitely you need English knowledge, plus you want to improve your thinking capacity, articulation ability, your creativity, your structuralizing capacity, how much you are talented to properly structuralize the answer, and your confident, and your low level of stage phobia. Likewise, different other talents are important to succeed the IELTS exam. So, from the very beginning of our program, I tell you, please keep in your mind, this is not just an English exam. We want to improve something beyond that. Right. Okay. When we look at exam, this exam is very famous. Very famous all over the world because of number of reasons. One is, the main reason is, that is the one of the famous and widely accepted exam for your migration. For your migration. If you are planning to migrate for other country, for your higher studies or your professional job, IELTS is a compulsory requirement. That's one reason. And again, another reason is there are large number of universities as well as some other professional bodies and embassies. They recommend IELTS as an exam for your all foreign related activities. So they ask to do IELTS. That's the main reason. And by looking at background, that one of the turning point of the popularity of the IELTS is in 2012, the USA accepted IELTS is one of the best exam, even than their TOEFL exam. You know, TOEFL also one of the exam we can do for our migration, but that's a USA based exam. But USA also accepted IELTS as a best exam for migration purposes. So with that, the IELTS popularity greatly increased. So now 143 countries accepted IELTS for migration for their countries, and again that most of the leading universities, the top class universities, the universities with a high ranking, So they accept IELTS for study in their universities. So that's the reason. But by looking at the current context, we can see there are some competitors for the IELTS. One is a PTE, Pearson English Test. So that's also coming as a successful competitor for the IELTS exam. So students are taking both exams, depends on their understanding of the exam and their interest and all. So that's the current situation. So if we talk about IELTS success, IELTS success, that's your final expectation. You want to succeed the exam within 2.5 months of time maximum. That's our course duration. So if we look at IELTS success, it depends on two factors. It depends on how many factors? Two factors. One is the way teacher guide. If the teacher properly guide you, that is one of the very important factors. So it means like that if your IELTS success equal teacher's guidance multiplied by maybe the student commitment. It's like that. Teacher's guidance and student commitment. So if teacher properly guide and student make a good commitment, so then we can get good results. We can get good results. So if one part is very low, it may affect your final IELTS result. Final IELTS result. So that is the basic, very simple equation to understand the IELTS success. How to reach the target. Right. Okay. By looking at the IELTS exam, there are different IELTS versions. You know IELTS academic, IELTS academic version, and there is a IELTS general version, and there is another version IELTS UKVI, UKVI. So there are basically these three and some other versions also. But basically these three versions are very famous. So why we are doing IELTS academic? Why we do IELTS academic?
With the academic purpose.
Yeah, with academic purpose. Yes. Now you express your thoughts also. Then this class become interactive. We are doing IELTS academic. If you are planning to migrate for other country for your academic purpose, for your higher studies, maybe diploma level study, maybe your degree level, or maybe your postgraduate level. So then you have to do IELTS academic. IELTS academic. Another version is IELTS general. Why we are doing IELTS general? So what is the reason? We just start our introduction. So IELTS general. So if you are planning to do IELTS to migrate for a maybe very low level academic course, maybe below than certificate sometimes, maybe primary certificate level, maybe 1, 2 weeks, 3 weeks small workshop, maybe sometimes. So this kind of small cases and for professional purposes, if you plan to migrate for other country to do a job, then you can do IELTS general. So IELTS UKVI is a separate one. It is a special requirement to migrate to the UK. If you are going for the UK, that if your migration consultant guide you to do IELTS UKVI, then you can do UKVI. That's a special case. But generally, the student should take a decision whether you are doing IELTS academic or general based on your requirement. So if you are planning to do IELTS for your academic purpose, you have to do IELTS academic. If you are planning to do IELTS by expecting to do a very low level course, maybe less than 1 month, very short course or job, you have to do IELTS general. Then that is the two versions. So what is the difference between these two versions? IELTS academic and general, what is the difference? We'll make it interactive, then you can also express your thoughts. So what is the difference between IELTS academic and general? Now the thing is, today only we have time to discuss like this, then next day onward we are doing questions and answering, we are coming to the real track. So today we are making this discussion. So what is the difference between IELTS academic and general? Have you heard any idea from your society or from the people who did IELTS? Any differences?
Yes, from general and academic version, sometimes the question asked from different way.
Different way.
Especially academic version, when we writing and speaking part separate from general.
General. So actually, if we look at these two tests, one of the main differences we can say in broader sense, IELTS academic is difficult than IELTS general. IELTS academic is difficult than IELTS general. The reason is in IELTS academic, you are getting a writing paper and your writing paper and your reading paper and your writing paper and reading paper is difficult than IELTS general. Writing and reading. Writing and reading because of mainly writing because of question types and reading because of the size of the paragraphs and the focus of the paragraph. If you look at that IELTS academic reading, your paragraph passages what you are going to read and answer the question, those passages are more lengthy and passages are from academic background. So in general reading paper, your passages are not much longer like academic version, and again the passages are in general context. You know, if you are reading something, the academic reading is difficult, no? If you have big passage on ocean temperature changes with aerodynamics or something, and you are getting a passage on something like working culture in school or something. Then in general paper, this kind of reading passage, but academic that kind of, so more academic focus. Then reading paper become difficult. But writing paper difficult because that in a general writing, part 1 question they are asking normally write a letter, maybe formal letter or informal letter or semi-formal letter. Mainly they are asking us try a formal letter. But IELTS academic writing, you are getting a graph or process or engineering structure or map or data table. You have to explain. Then you can see the writing part 1 is difficult in academic. And when writing part 2 also academic difficult because mainly 3 types of questions are coming, but writing part, now general version, writing part 2 is not such difficult. But listening and speaking common to both versions. Please understand, listening and speaking. Listening and speaking common to both academic and general, but writing and reading is different. That is the main change. That's the thing we should understand. But what I would like to tell you that by looking at you all, Nirosha, what is your band score requirement? 4.5. So this class, I would like to say fortunate. The thing is, you all band score requirement is low. Band score requirement is low. It means that they are expecting not very high level performance from you all. But in generally normal, my typical classes, we can see there are 2-3 students who expecting band score 7 or 7.5 to do their masters in engineering or something, maybe masters in social science. So they need some high band score. Some PhD students, they need very high band score. But you, this class, the second batch of this year, it's like you need low band score as a teacher. That is a consolation to me and consolation to you also, because that target is easy. So please understand that also. But don't take it easy when we are preparing. The thing is, we want to make our maximum effort for the success. But you are not getting much pressurized at all. The thing is, your target is low. Simply T20 cricket match, if the opposite team scored 120 or something, the following team don't have much pressure. But opposite team scored something like above 170, within 20 hours of time, that from the very beginning, from the first over onward, batsman try to score boundaries and sixes over the fence. No, it's like that. But your target is low. That low target is one of the advantage for both of you and me too. So as a teacher, since you need the low band score, my teaching patterns also change. The thing is that especially this class, you need low band score. Then I will manage by understanding with that. Then I can maintain the class properly to face the exam end of April. That's our plan. Okay, right. Now we talk about IELTS academic version and general version mainly. Now, what are the ways of doing IELTS? You know, there are two approaches: paper-based and computer-based. Computer-delivered IELTS and paper-delivered IELTS, paper-based IELTS. Can you do paper-based IELTS in Sri Lanka?
No, sir.
No, now you can't. 2025 January onward, Sri Lanka, there is no chance to do paper-based exams in Sri Lanka as well as Pakistan. So they started a new approach to move to computer-delivered IELTS in 2025 onwards. Sometimes it was a little bit shocking at the very beginning for the students. Why? Because they're familiar with paper-based. But by looking at computer-delivered IELTS, I think that's a very good decision and very critical and very challenging decision that IELTS authorities took to support the student. The thing is that the computer delivered approach, now you have to face exam, computer based IELTS. So then your handwriting issues are not affected at all. You are typing, but your typing speed is important, and they can minimize malpractices because everything is computer approach. And because of that computer delivered approach, that another good thing is that you are getting results very quickly. Normally paper based exam it takes 13 days, but now within maybe 1 to 5 days of time you get the results. One of my students who did the IELTS listening, reading, writing and speaking on the same day got results within less than 48 hours. Within less than 48 hours. That was ekamaran results now. So that is that. And again, with this computer delivered IELTS system, you have one subject retake option. One subject retake option. It means now earlier paper based approach, if you not reach your target, assume that you are expecting band score 6, but you got band score 5.5, then what will happen? Next time you have to face again full test. සම්පූර්ණ ටෙස්ට් එකම කරන්න ඕන. listening, reading, writing, speaking ඔක්කොම කරන්න ඕන. ඒතකොට මේ සම්පූර්ණ පේමන්ට් එක කරන්නත් ඕන. But now if you not succeed in the one subject, you can do only that subject and couple your previous results and that results and succeed your dream. That is we call one subject retake option. So that is a very good thing that highly supported for the student. Why? Because especially in Sri Lanka, student performance are weak in writing and speaking. Writing and speaking. Most of the students fail to get their target writing and speaking. So if any problem happen in the writing and speaking, they can take second time only that subject and couple their previous results and show to the university or whatever the body to prove their IELTS performance. That's a good opportunity. But the problem what I can see for even one subject retake, they are charging I think 35,000 or something, a big amount of money. So that is the one of the big area we can see in this process. Clear everything up to now? Good. Now, before talk about the exam, the IELTS structure, I would like to discuss with you a little bit on about that preparation for the IELTS and how to face the exam day. We'll just talk about that. Now, what will happen in the IELTS journey? What will happen? Now you are coming to my class and you are preparing for the exam. So I will train you, teach you how to get a high band score in all 4 modules: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. I want to tell you, all 4 modules are equally important for us. Equally important. Why? Because all 4 modules contribute for our final results. We can't take any module, we can't just ignore, we can't say that, we can't do that. we have to give equal weight for the all modules. But I want to tell you at the very beginning, when we looking at these 4 subjects, listening, reading, writing and speaking, listening and reading success very much depend on how much you practice. How much you practice. It means that if you, when I am doing lot of papers here, listening and reading, you have to go home and you have to practice listening and reading as much as possible. If you practice more and more, your band score will rise. Listening and reading. It means that listening and reading, definitely that teacher should guide some tips and some strategies to get a good band score. That is coming from the teacher's side. No problem on that. But I would like to say, the student can play a big role there. Why? Because listening and reading very much depend on how much you practice means. So students should practice, no? The teacher can't practice, no, that we are doing a class for 4 hours today and then you are going back to your home. Then you are, another 6 days you are working and you are come back. Then you have to do enough practice of listening and reading and come back. Then your score will increase. But writing and speaking, very much under control of the teacher. The teacher can give you a lot of theories, lot of techniques on writing. Teacher can teach those things. And speaking practice, teacher should practice as much as possible within the class time. Then your confidence will develop, your stage phobia will vanish, no? සබකෝලේ නැති වෙයි, විශ්වාසය ගොඩ නැගෙයි. ඒ දේවල් සිදු වෙයි. ඒක ටීචර් එක වගකීම. ඒක ටීචර් පුළුවන් writing සහ speaking දෙකෙන් ස්ටුඩන්ට් ව උඩට ගේන්න. Again, writing and speaking are the very difficult modules practically. කරන්න ගියාම බයක් දෙන්න එකක් නෑ. නමුත් ඒ දෙක තමයි භයානක දෙක. So writing is like a silent killer. We think it easy, we write something, but we are not getting the best results. So, please understand, listening and reading, you can play a big role. I am expecting you all are practicing as much as possible with the class is moving. And writing and speaking, I will take a major responsibility to pick up that most difficult modules. But I am responsible all 4, but I have special attention on writing and speaking. Why? Because that's a danger area. That's a danger area. Right. When you go to the exam, we'll talk about that also. When you go to the exam, so assume that you applied in the BMICH, then you are going to British Council, then you go to the BMICH exam center. So then you are in the computer delivered exam. When you go there, they will take your photograph, they will check your fingerprints, and they check your passport, your ID. They will check that you have to bring those things. So then exam. When you go to the exam, that when you reach into the exam center, sometimes you can see some people were telling, so this is very difficult exam idea, you know. Sorry, but අටි කියනවා එනවා නේද? අයියෝ මචං මේක කරා වැඩක් නෑ මම මේ chartered accountancy කරා මේ වගේ නෑ. ඒක පුදුම කර්මයක්. The people were telling different things, but you don't worry about that what they were telling. But I would like to say, the most of the students are not succeeding the IELTS exam because they are poor preparation. If your English is basically okay, your band score requirement is something like a 6 or around 6 or 6.5, that if you properly work, this exam is nothing. This exam is nothing. Why people are struggling? Because they are not properly prepared for the exam. But if you are expecting something band score above 7, 7.5 or 8 something, yeah, definitely that is challenging. Definitely that is challenging. But if you are expecting something like a band score 6 or 6.5 or 5.5, something like that area, if you properly prepared, your English knowledge is in a certain level, that is not a massive challenge. So what I would like to say, whatever come to your list years during that exam time, just forget those things. People like, then you go to your exam center, your fingerprints will get checked, right? Then you are going to your station, the computer is there, no? The computer is there, then you sit and you have your audio, that headset, you can check those things and then you are prepared for the exam. So there that you should be very confident, very confident. I will tell you one by one. We will talk about the test structure, then you will get a good understanding on that. Clear? Then tell me, when you are going to face the IELTS exam, when you are going to the IELTS center, what is very important from your side? What are the things very important? When you reach the IELTS exam center, how should be you? Definitely you should be well prepared. Well prepared.
Should be very relaxed.
Should be very relaxed, yes. And you should have a self-confident, and you should be healthy. You should be healthy. Those are very important. Very important. Please think about that. What you can bring inside the exam hall? You can bring your passport. Now they are not much allowing to bring your pen, pencil and erasers. They are not allowing. They are providing everything. But earlier, before 2025, they allowed to bring your own pencil, to bring your own eraser, bring your pen. They allowed earlier, but now they are not allowing. They allowed you to bring only your passport, national ID card, and transparent water bottle. Transparent water bottle. You are not allowed to bring any kind of this kind of water bottle. You can't bring. You can't bring this water bottle. Why? This is not transparent. We can't see what is inside. With the water or alcohol, or we don't know. So you are not allowed. But you are not allowed this kind of bottle also. Why? This is transparent. Transparent water bottles allowed. Why this is not allowed? Yes, there is a sticker with some English letters. English letters. So then you are not allowed. Then what is the best option? What kind of water bottle you can bring to the IELTS exam? You can buy a normal water bottle and remove the label. Remove the label. Then everything is okay. Remove the label. Clear? That's the best approach. Bring a water bottle, your own water bottle. That's very important. Practically, when you reach to the maybe BMICH, then there are canteens are there. Maybe exam date that water bottle early get finished by students are buying water bottles. Then ඔගොල්ලෝ ගිහිල්ලා ඉතින් බෝතල් හොයන බෝතල් නැහැ. ඉතින් ඊට පස්සේ ඔළුවට අවුලක් වතුරක් නැහැ. මොකද කරන්නේ කියලා ඒතර ප්‍රශ්නයක් ඇතිවෙනවා. That's better you have to bring water bottle. That is good. And you will go to the exam how many hours early? Better 1.5 hours early. 1.5 hours, 1 hour early. Go to the exam center. And exam start 1 o'clock near 1 o'clock. Then you have to go early around 11:30. You have to go to the exam center. Why? Because then you are not in any pressurized environment. Go to the exam center early. That is very important. Is it good to take your own driving and own riding to the exam center? Not good. Why? If you start driving, you know that then traffics and all, then you have all the brakes and all, then your brain, you know, everything is managed by the brain, you know, then brain enzymes and hormones are always thinking, then it's changed, no? But if you take a normal bus and go there and get a tuk-tuk and go to BMICH is very good way, then your mental focus is maintained. And when you are traveling also to the IELTS center, always think about IELTS exam. If you get into the bus and you can just sleep and think about listening, reading. Keep that focus. That is very important. That is very important. So, those are some basics. Some basics you have to think. And again, especially ladies, when you have babies and all, you know, generally they are very attached to their babies than husbands sometimes. So then you have to settle everything at home. When you go to the exam, then you are mentally and physically both you can go to the exam. Otherwise that your son or daughter, small son or daughter just at home with the servant, then always you are thinking whether the servant is properly feeding him, no? Then you are mentally not well suited to the exam. So keep those things also. Those are very practical things. Very practical things that to face the exam. Clear? Right. Now we'll see a little bit inside of the exam. Now you know exam having 4 modules. What is the first one? Listening. First one is listening. LENING, listening. Listening. That's the first test. You go to the exam, then you are first going to do the listening test. So then you are in front of the computer. That now the computer, you can see the listening questions. Questions are visible. Then you get the headset. Then you are getting a chance to check your headset sounds and all, whether it's performing well. any kiri or whatever sounds is coming, you will raise your hand and tell the invigilators, my headset is not properly working, and any problem you have to quickly inform them. Don't wait till last moment. Then you put your headset and get prepared for the listening test. Then your paper appear on the computer screen. Computer screen එක paper එක දැන් ඔන්න පේන්න පටන් ගන්නවා pictures ටික. Then how this listening paper move? Then first recording will start. Recording 1. So recording 1 start, and then you can see the questions. There are 10 questions under recording 1. Recording 1, there are how many questions? 10 questions are there. Now recording start. Now you are listening. What will happen practically that when recording started, naturally students are expecting answers coming quickly. They are searching a question, first question. But listening answer is not coming sometimes. Sometimes that at the very beginning the recording, they are talking about something still not came to the area where questions are connected. Sometimes just after start the question answers are coming. Sometimes answers are coming little bit later, maybe after a few seconds, maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds, they are talking something, answers are not coming. Then answers are start coming. Maybe as an example, assume that the first recording is that one of the student met a migration agent for her migration purpose. Then at the very beginning is telling this is Global Lanka Migration Agency, so we established our agency on to 2020, and up to now we guided introduction එකක් දෙනවා. The introduction එක දෙනකොට ඒක ප්‍රශ්නකට දාලා නැහැ සමහරට. ප්‍රශ්නේ ආන්නේ what is the name of the student? ඔය introduction එක කරලා තමයි ආන්නේ. Can you let me know your name please? ඒක තමයි නම ලියන්න වෙන්නේ. ඉතින් කලින් යන introduction එකේ කලබල වෙන්න එපා. ඒ කලබල වෙන්න එපා. හොඳට listen කරන්න, focus කරන්න මේ ඉන්න අහගෙන. උත්තර එනකොට when answers are coming, start fill the answers. Because some answers are multiple choice. Multiple choice නම් ටක් ගාලා cursor කරන් ගිහලා click කරපු ගමන් ඒක highlight වෙනවා. සමහර ඒවා පොඩ්ඩක් වචනයක් ලියන්න වෙනවා. Then you have to put the cursor and just type. That's the thing. Then you have to do your typing, you have to highlight the answer. This kind of computers, the very simple keyboard and mouse engagement is there. Very simple, very small thing. Listening වල ඇත්තෙම නැහැ. ඒ කියන්නේ පොඩ්ඩක් type කරන්නයි, පොඩ්ඩක් ගිහලා click කරන්නයි. So as an example, maybe පළවෙනි ප්‍රශ්නේ යාළුවා මේම answer හදලා තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේ ගිහලා mouse එක දෙන්න දෙන්න පොඩ්ඩක් click කරලා ඒක highlight කරන්න. That's what you have to do.
Is it possible past video, the recording?
No, you can't control the video. You can't control the video. Video is completely controlled by the IELTS authorities. The speed is controlled by them. You can't, but the questions you can move freely. The questions you can move freely. You have full freedom, but using mouse, you can up and down, you can move. That you can do. Your computer screen completely under your control, but recording you can't make any adjustment. It's centrally controlled. It's centrally controlled.
Recording play only one time.
One time. No any repeat. Recording is moving. You can't control the recording. It's not repeating at all. Why? Because it is a centrally organized. No, it's centrally organized. Clear? Now, since you are asking some question, I will tell you that now Sri Lanka and Pakistan, we have only computer delivered system. That's why we are getting headsets. Those are high quality headsets. Sounds is very clear. Sounds is very clear. Now, still the country like Australia, they have paper based and computer delivered both. What I got from my Australian friends, in Australia, paper based exam centers, now they are not giving these headsets. They have open sound system. They have a speaker, one big speakers here and there in the hall, and open sound system for the paper based. Only computer based students are getting these headsets. But you know, getting headset is more advantage, no? Rather than open sound system, you are getting headset. that your external sounds were controlled. And I will tell you, the headset what British Council providing, that headset itself having technology to control external sounds. Headset එක මගින්ම අර කන්ට තද කිරීම නෙමෙයි පිට ශබ්ද එන්න දෙන්නේ. ඒක හොඳ headset එකක් දෙන්නේ. ඒක පිට ශබ්ද ප්‍රශ්න මොකුත් නැහැ. නමුත් recording එක යන වේගය මොකද අපිට control කරන්න බෑව repeat කරන්න මොකුත් බෑ. ඒක අපේ control එකේ නෙමෙයි. ඒ යන වේගෙන් අපි උත්තර ලියන්න ඕන. පැහැදිලිද? Is it clear? Right. So then recording 1 you are getting 10 questions. Listen very carefully, answer 10 questions. Then you will get a half a minute break. You will get a half a minute break. විනාඩි භාගයක් break එකක් එනවා. Then you are moving to the recording. Then you are moving to recording. And the recording 2 you are getting another 10 questions. And the recording 2 you are getting another 10 questions. Then again you are getting half a minute break. Then you are moving to recording 3. Then you are moving to recording 3. Recording 3 you have to answer another 10 questions. 10 questions. Then you are getting again half a minute break. Half a minute break. Then you are moving to the recording 4. You are moving to recording 4. You are getting another 10 questions.
What is the difference recording 1 to?
Yes, I will tell you. I will tell you. David. Good question. Good question. I will explain you. This is recording 4. Now recording 4 means now test is finished. 10 questions, 20 questions, 30 questions, 40 questions. 40 questions. The total listening test time is 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Within 30 minutes, the recording is moving. අපිට කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. ඒක අපිට කන්ට්‍රෝල් කරන්න බෑ. විනාඩියක් යනකොට recording ඔක්කොම ගිහලා ඉවරයි. අපිට දෙන උත්තර දින එක තමයි. අපිට ඒක පාලනය කරන්න බෑ. Then after finish this fourth recording, you are getting 2 minutes. 2 minutes to just check your answers.
All 40 questions.
All 40 questions. But here you are getting half a minute break. During this half a minute break time, you can check these answers. But I am not suggesting to do that. Why? During this half minute time, if you try to check your previous 10 questions, how you can focus on these 10 questions? Now, just when after half a minute start, you can manage these questions also. That's also in the computer screen. Then you can quickly, during this half a minute time, you can quickly look at these 10 questions. Rather than looking at the back, what you have done, it is good to see what you are going to face. Let bygones be bygones. ගිය දේ ගියායි. ඊට පස්සේ දැන් එල්ලෙන්න එපා. එන්න තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න දායිදියා බලන්න. මේ half minute break එක. මේකට ready වෙන්න. ඒක තමයි වෙන්නේ. පැහැදිලිද? දැන් මේ half minute break එකේදී මේකට ready වෙන්න. මේ half minute break එකේදී මේකට ready වෙන්න. පිටිපස්ස බලන්න එපා. Don't look at that. So then here you are getting only 2 minutes to check your answers. I will just tell you how was the earlier situation in paper-based exam. After finish everything, you are getting 10 minutes earlier. Why? You have to transfer all the answers you wrote in the paper to answer sheet. In paper-based exam, you are getting a special answer sheet with 1 to 40 empty places. Then you are getting for 10 minutes to transfer your answers to answer sheet. But in computer delivered system, answer sheet not needed. No, you already tick and answers are there. Then you are not getting 10 minutes, you are getting only 2 minutes. You are getting only 2 minutes. Please understand. Then good question asked by Swami answer. Good question. What is that? What are the difference of these recordings? Yes, there's a big difference. What's the difference? These two recordings, it means first 20 questions. First two recordings means first 20 questions coming under general context. General context. This recording may be the person who met a migration agent. He is getting the information from the candidate. What is your name? How old are you? What is your plan? Which university you applied? So, how about your bachelor studies or something? He's asking some general questions, and then we have to listen and answer the questions given. So this one also more general, but here maybe 2-3 friends meet together and organize to go for a trip or something. Then here only maybe 2 people. Here maybe 3 people engaged. But they were discussing how to plan their next weekend trip. So then 3 people are talking a little bit difficult. Now what I would like to say, the first 10 questions compared to first 10 questions, this 10 questions little bit difficult. Little bit difficult, but still in the general context. එහෙනම් first 20 questions වලින් මොන පැත්තෙන්ද? general පැත්ත. කොහොම සාමාන්‍ය ජීවිතයේ සම්බන්ධ දේවල්. But third and fourth recordings are coming under academic context. Academic context. Academic context. So maybe third recording, group of the students met their research supervisor at university and discussed about their final year research or something. Then supervisor telling, I think you are very good in statistics. I suggest you to do a study more based on a lot of qualitative and quantitative applications or something. That's how students, I know you that you are more talented on more writing and all. I recommend you a qualitative study. Likewise, that here 2-3 people, but they talk about something more academic related. That's a recording 3. Recording 4, actually it is a one-way communication. Recording 4. Maybe a professor from London University coming and giving a lecture on global warming. Something. Global warming is coming telling, so I am Professor Lee Kuan Kung, so I am going to conduct my lecture on global warming. Dear students, global warming is a big problem. You know, aerodynamic thermal movements, air planes, the one-way communication. I lecture academic context. Generally, මේක ලේසි ටිකක් ලේසි අමාරුයි හොඳටම අමාරුයි ඒක තමයි සාමාන්‍ය තත්ත්වය. But there are some students I met in my classes, they are very talented in this area than this area. එමත් ඉන්නවා. We can see this kind of students also. But typical student, darshya student කෙනෙක් බෝඩ් ඔයාලා තුන් දිනම මේ වර්ගයට වැටෙයි. මේ වර්ගයට වැටේ ඔයාලා කට්ටියම මොකද්ද? මෙන්න මේකේ 20 ගන්නවා 17ක් විතර ගන්නවා. You got 17 out of 20. After we practice, we බලමු මුලින්ම කරනකොට කොහොම වේද කියලා. දැන් අපි practice කරලා ටිකක් පැය 20ක් 25ක් විතර complete වෙනකොට you are getting this kind of 20, 17 out of 20. But still here maybe 5 out of 20. Then your total is 17 plus 5, what is that? 22 out of 40. So that is the very possible situation. That is very possible situation. Then you can see because of this, the weakness of this area, you are getting your overall band score. So this amount, this score is like a 5.5, like that. It's like a 5. So then as a student, what you should do by looking at this understanding? You have to, at home, you have to practice listening more on this area. This area. But this is a challenging area. Now today, on the first day we understood that. Listening section 3 and listening section 4 is coming in the academic context. So that is our challenge. That's a challenging area. 95% of students are poor in this area. 5% poor. In the තේරුම් ගන්න දැන් අපි මෙතන ඉන්න ක්ලාස් එකේ ඉන්න බහුතරයක් 95% වෙන්නේ මේක තමයි. මෙතන ගන්නවා මෙතන වැටෙනවා. මෙතන ගන්නවා මෙතන වැටෙනවා. But if we can secure here half to half අපිට මෙතන 20න් 10ක් ගොඩ දාගත්තොත් යා අනිවාර්යෙන් බෑන්ඩ් ස්කෝර් 6 ගන්නවා. බෑන්ඩ් ස්කෝර් 6 ඔය බව ගන්නවා මෙතන 10ක් ගොඩ දාගත්තා. ඉතින් මෙතන 10ක් ගොඩ දාන කෙනා මෙතන කොහොමද 15ට යහපත ගොඩ දාන්නේ? මෙතන 15ක් දැම්ම මෙතන 10ටම 25ට එනවා. 25ට ආවා කියනවා බෑන්ඩ් ස්කෝර් 6 එක. Now understand the challenge of this exam and understand this context, then it's very easy to you to face this challenge. Very easy. Now very beginning now අදම තේරුම් ගන්න මොකක්ද කොතනද වැඩිපුර focus ගන්න ඕනේ. This recording 3 and recording 4. Now if you have some material, so but I will suggest you that if you properly do what I am doing here, more than enough to succeed the exam. But if you have more materials, please focus on this area. Focus on this area. Do one paper and see whether this area how about, this area how about. මම check කරනවා ඉස්සරහට. මම වත් පෙන්නනවා. කොහොමද වෙලා වෙන්නේ වැඩේ කියලා. අපි බලන එක improve කරගන්න. Every student I will get the understanding on your weak area, good area. I have separate book. I will write down everything and then personally I will support. That's all. That's a listening test. Is it clear? Right. Why this listening test is very important? If I ask that question, why listening test is very important? What is your answer?
First test.
Yes.
Part of we have test.
Yes, that's the first part. That's the starting point. We are starting the test with listening. So if the listening test you will got upset, it affect on reading also. It affect on writing also. Then you reading මම අනගත්ත තමයි shit. මම දැන් නම් ඉතින් කියලා අර වැඩි මිස් වෙලා වගේ තමයි reading එකට යන්නේ. ඒ නිසා that is very much important. This is the starting point of the IELTS exam. So we have to make sure that we have to do this in a very well. We do our maximum in the listening test. Clear? Okay. So that is the listening test. Now, after finish this listening test, you know that general context, academic context and everything is clear. After finish listening test, we are moving to which test? That's the reading. After finish listening test, we are moving to reading test. Reading test. So, Nirosha, you are also doing IELTS academic or general? You are doing general. You are doing general, then your exam is much more easier than this two. We'll see how we can do it. Right. Then when we look at IELTS reading, so after finish listening, you will start reading. Listening paper 30 minutes. 30 minutes with that 2 minutes time, total time maybe 35 minutes maximum. Then we are going to reading. Then reading paper. Now after that listening time finish, automatically that your answer gets saved. Your answers get saved automatically. You need not to save and all. It automatically saved and you are not enter. Enter when it is in there. Can you block කරලා දෙන්න පස්සේ save වුණා block වුණා. Reading එක appear වුණා. ඔක්කොම auto වෙනවා computer එකේ. ඔක්කොම auto වෙනවා. නේද අපි මේ reading එක හොයන්නේ එහෙම මොකුත් නැහැ. පැහැදිලි නේද? ඔක්කොම auto වෙනවා. අරක ලියන්න block කරනවා reading එක appear වෙනවා. So that will happen. Then reading test. Any questions?
Reading test එක මන්න පටන් ගන්නොත් පොඩි break එකක් තියෙනවා.
No any break. No any break. Listening test finish, reading start. No break. No break. You have to continuously do. පැහැදිලි නේද? ඒ නිසා දැන් අනේක ආපු සමට තව මතක් වෙනවා. අනිකේ වැදගත්කම දැන් when you are asking questions, some things come to my mind. හරි ඒකයි අර teaching process එක අපි කතා කරන always that some teachers not allow student to talk in university also. I saw they will tell you don't talk while I am doing my lecture. After finish my lecture I will give you 5 minutes to talk කියලා දෙනවා university එකේ. ඒක වැරදි මම කියන්නේ. මොකද හේතුව student කෙනෙක් ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහුවම තමයි අපුව enlighten වෙන්නේ. enlighten වෙන්නේ. දැන් ඒක ආපු නිසා ස්වාමීන් වහන්සේ මට මතක් වුණේ දැන් ඇත්ත. මොකද අපිට මේක break නැහැ. එහෙනම් අපි exam එකට යන්න වාඩි වෙද්දී අපි හොඳට ready වෙලාම යන්න ඕන. පැය දෙකක් දෙකමාරක් ඔක ඇතුලේ ඉන්න බලාගෙන. එහෙනම් අපි washroom ගිහිල්ලා ready වෙලා යන්න ඕන. මොකද අපිට අතරමැද්දි washroom යන්න අරවම ඒක තමයි අමාරුයි. කිව්වොත් මරන් යයි. ඉතින් අපිට මේ ඔක්කොම loss වෙනවා. අපි එනකම් exam නවත්තන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ නිසා we have to be very careful. මොකද දැන් ඉස්සර වගේ නෙමෙයි. ඉස්සර නම් paper base වෙනකොට reading එකක් වුණත් අපිට washroom යන්නොත් ඒගොල්ලෝ අපේ පස්සෙන් ගිහලා ඔක්කොම check කරනවා. අපි යන්න බයයි මොන කියවන්නද දන්නේ කියලා එතකොට ගිහිල්ලා. නමුත් එතකොට අපිට paper එක අතේ තියෙන අපිට loss එක එතන විතරයි. computer based එකට ඒක තමයි අමාරුයි. මොකද computer එකත් එක්ක මේක යන්නේ. ඒක අපිට දැන් තර්ජන මේ පැත්තෙන් අමාරුයි. ඒ පැත්තෙන් අමාරුයි. ඉතින් තියෙනවා. right. Reading you are getting passage 1, then you have passage 2, then you have passage 3. Then you have passage 3. Normally 3 passages are there. What's the total time? 1 hour. 1 hour. So in one passage, how many questions? The totally this reading test time 40 questions. 40 questions. In generally, first passage you may have 13 questions. Second passage you may have 14 questions. Last passage you may have again 13 questions. Then all together 40 questions. 40 questions. So what is the general trend? Easy, difficult, very difficult. Listening වගේ තමයි. Easy, ටිකක් easy, අමාරු, very අමාරු. හොඳටම අමාරු. හරි ඒ වගේ තමයි. හරි. මේකත් ඒ වගේ තමයි. මේක ටිකක් lazy, මේක ටිකක් අමාරු, මේක හොඳටම අමාරු. That's the general trend. But in recent IELTS exams what we observe මේ තුනම ටිකක් average වගේ තියෙන තත්ත්වකුත් තියෙනවා. කියන්නේ මේ අර මං කියපු ක්‍රමෙන් නෙමෙයි. මේක easy, difficult, very difficult, that is a general trend. But in recent IELTS exam we saw එම නෙමෙයි මේ තුනම නිකන් එක level එකේ equal level අපිට දකින්න පුළුවන්. එකක් තියෙනවා. Right. Then you have 40 questions 1 hour. Then one passage how many time you have technically? 1 hour means 60 minutes. 60 minutes we have 3 passages. 60 minutes divided by 3, 20 minutes. So technically this question you have 20 minutes, this question you have 20 minutes, and this question you have 20 minutes. That's a technical. But practically, what is the best way? If you can finish this question within 18 minutes, it's excellent. If you can, excellent. Then you save 2 minutes. If you finish this one within 19 minutes, then you save another 1 minute. Then you have here 23 minutes. If you can do like this, that is excellent scenario. This is technical scenario. This is excellent scenario. Technical scenario, excellent scenario. තාක්ෂණිකව මේමයි excellent සුපිරිනම් මේමයි. But practical scenario, what will happen? Practical scenario මෙහෙම වෙන්න පුළුවන්. 25 minutes. Maybe another 25 minutes in practical scenario. Now already 50 minutes over. Now you have here 10 minutes. Practically this may happen. So I wish not to happen that. We train you not to happen that. But there are a lot of chances to happen this kind of situation. What's the problem of this? Then you complete only 13, 14, and 27 questions up to now. 27 questions already answered here. Now last 10 minutes you have to answer 13 questions. Very challenging. Very challenging. Then you are struggling to answer and your stress is there. Now stress is coming and very difficult. We want to manage this situation. We want to manage this situation. So I will separately guide you in our coming days how to challenge this. Today I am not going to discuss everything. But I won't tell you this is the one of the pathetic scenario we have to manage. You all face this challenge. ඔයාලා මේ වෙලා යනවා. වෙලා ගිහලා දන්නේ නැහැ. ඔයගොල්ලෝ දන්නේද වෙලා ගිහලා මොනවා කරන්නද මේ දඟලනවා උත්තර එන්නේ නැහැ. උත්තර හොයනවා. ඉතින් මේ වෙලාව යනවා. මේක නවත්ත ගන්නකොට try කරන්න ඕන. අඩු ගන්න මෙතනට අපිට විනාඩි 15ක් ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඔයා ඉන්න very good position. ඒ බලන්න එක කරගන්න. What is the challenge of the reading test? What reading test check your scanning and skimming skill. Scanning and skimming skill. ඒක මොකද්ද? මුළු පැසේජ් එකම කියව අකුරින් අකුර කියව තේරුම් ගන්න අපිට වෙලාවක් නැහැ. ඒ වෙලාවක් නැහැ. අපි අර O level exam එක කරනවා වගේ ඒව බෑ. O level exam එක අපි බලනවා මේ වචනේ මෙතන තියෙනවා හරි මේ වචනේ හරි ඒක අරන් අතට ලියනවා. ඒ සෙල්ලම් මේකේ බෑ. මේක අපි අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම පැසේජ් එක මොනව කරනවද? ස්කෑන් කරනවා. අර quickly යනවා. සමහරට left to right යන්න ඕන, right to left යන්න ඕන. මේම බලනකොට ස්කෑන් වෙලා යනවා. ස්කෑන් වෙනවා. ඒක තමයි ඇත්තම අවශ්‍යතාවය. දැන් මම දන්නවා ඔයාලට මේ කොයි මම කියන විදිහම ස්කෑන් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. අපි ඒකනේ ප්‍රැක්ටිස් කරන්නේ. We have to practice and develop our scanning and skimming. ස්කෑනින් ස්කිල්. අපි ස්කෑන් කරා උත්තරේ ටිකක් දාලා බලන්න. ඒක තමයි plan එක. ඒ ක්‍රමයට තමයි උත්තර අපිට ලියන්න වෙන්නේ. We have to write answers that way. There is no any other way. Then we can maintain our speed. Then we can maintain our speed. Within 1 hour, we have to finish the test. Within 1 hour, you are not allowed to enter the test. ටක් කරලා block කරනවා. විනාඩි 60 ගාම reading එක block වෙනවා. In computer system, then you have to click multiple choice na click කරන්න වෙනවා. සමහර spaces වල type කරන්න වෙනවා. සමහරට drag කරන්න වෙනවා. ඇදලා දාන්න වෙනවා. drag and stop drag කරාට සමහර උත්තර දැන් headings matching වගේ questions තියෙනවා. මම question type කරලා කරන්නේ නැහැ. පස්සේ කතා කරමු. ඒතකොට ඒ වැඩි එක ඉලක්කම මේට ඇදලා මේට දාන්න වෙනවා. දෙක ඉලක්කම ඇදලා උත්තර ගිහින් දාන්න වෙනවා. එහෙම අදින්න තියෙනවා. ඒක ටක් ගාලා click කරන් අදින්න ඕන. මොකද ඒවා අපි කම්පියුටර් එක දන්නවා. මේ දේවල් මෙතන සිදු වෙනවා. පැහැදිලිද? Any questions? You have 1 hour.
මේක විතර academic පැත්තට අපි context එනවා.
ඔව් මේකදී academic කරන අයට මේ එන passages ඔක්කොම එන්නේ academic context එකේ. general කරන අයට නිරෝෂයට එන්නේ general context එකේ. ඒතකොට academic එකේ paper එක අමාරුයි. General එකේ paper එක මේ lazy, but when we looking at last 10 years of the IELTS exam, මේ academic සහ general reading papers දෙක අතර තියෙන difficulty එකේ gap එක අඩු වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. ඉස්සර නම් general එක academic එකට ගොඩක් lazy. දැන් general එකත් academic එක මට්ටමටම වගේ අමාරු මට්ටමට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. ඒක තමයි situation. Is it clear? Right. To get this understanding, I will share you now those things no need to much write down. If you need to, I will share that recording also. That but no need to much write down. That understand when you are doing practically here, may everything all meet වෙනවා. මම කල්පනා කරන්නේ අද පළවෙනි දවසේ මේ ටික ඔළුවට දැම්මාම ඔයාලා දන්නවා මම ඊළඟ පේපර්ස් කරනකොටම මේක ඉන්නේ මේ විදිහට තමයි කියලා. මම ආයෙ මතක් කරනවා. නමුත් දැන් ඔළුව එක තියෙනවා. ඒක වැදගත්. එතකොට another one thing I want to discuss with you regarding reading paper to give you some understanding on how to tackle reading passage. අපි මෙහෙම බලමු. I will show you one good thing to understand. Assume that this is your reading passage. මෙන්න ඔය reading passage. In your reading passage, you can see this kind of number of paragraphs. මේ paragraph තියෙනවා. මේක ලොකු passage එකක් නේ. මේක තියෙනවා. So you can see this kind of paragraph. Paragraph තියෙනවා. reading the passage. Reading passage 2. This is paragraph 1, this is paragraph 2, this is paragraph 3, paragraph 4, paragraph 5, paragraph 6. That's your reading. Now, how many questions? 13 questions. Now you answer 13 questions by reading this. Then, what is the approach? How we are going to answer? Then, කොහොමද මේ උත්තර හොයන්න මොකද පටන් ගන්නේ කොහොමද? දැන් ප්‍රශ්න 13ක් තියෙනවා මේ පැසේජ් එකක් තියෙනවා. What we are going to do? මොකද කරන්නේ? හොඳට මේ කියව ගන්නවද මොකද කරන්නේ? හොඳට මේ කියව තේරුම් ගන්නවද මුලින්ම? Read the question. Then
passage.
Yeah. Scanning. Yeah, actually what I want to tell you, in normally our O-level or A-level English, what we are doing first read the passage and try to understand it. Don't try to understand the passage first. What you are do, if you quickly go through all the questions, no problem. Quickly look at the 13 questions, but quickly look at the first question. Quickly look at the first question. First question, something is there. First question may be when UN system started. When United Nations started. Maybe first question. 1940, 1942, 1955, 1960. Then you are searching your answer. Then when UN system started. The first question answer you found. First question answer පළවෙනි උත්තරේ හොයාගත්තා. ඒක ලොකු දෙයක්. ලොකු ජයග්‍රහණයක්. right? අපි දැන් වැඩේට සෙට් වුණා. මොකද පළවෙනි ප්‍රශ්නේ උත්තරේ සෙට් වුණා. සෙට් වුණා කියන්නේ අර අපි අර සාමාන්‍ය පාරක් ගිහලා හයිවේ එකට දැම්මා වගේ. හයිවේ එකට දැම්මා වගේ. සෙට්. වැඩි සෙට්. අපිට ෆිට් එකක් දෙනවා. උත්තරය આવුවා. දැන් මොකද කරන්නේ? බැලුවා දෙවෙනි ප්‍රශ්නට අක් ගන්න. දෙවෙනි ප්‍රශ්නේ බැලුවා. Look at the second question and find the answer. දැන් ආයෙ උදේම බලන්න යනවා. උඩ බලනවද නෑ. ඉතින් පහළට බලන්න.
උත්තර ආපෝ දැන් 6-7 උත්තර උඩේ ප්‍රතිචාර නැත්නම්
ඒක තමයි කියන දේ. ඒක තමයි කියන දේ. Good question. Good question. Good thinking. Now the first question you answer found here second row. Second question එකේ answer එක කවදාවත් මේ කියන්නේ නැහැ. කලාතුරකින් වෙන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ නැහැ කියලා හිතාගන්න. වෙන්නේ නැහැ. The second question answer you found somewhere here. This is answer for the second question. Answer for second question. Then you are reading. Your answer for the third question is here. කොහෙද යන්නේ? ඔය පහළ තමයි යන්නේ. පහළට යනවා. Answer for the third question is there. Now you know when we looking at this kind of paragraph, මේ paragraph එකෙන් paragraph වලට connections තියෙනවා නේද? මේකට මේක connected, මේකට මේක connected. එහෙම නෙවෙන්නේ. මේක connected නැත්තම් එහෙම්මින් අර අපි සමහර කතා පවත්වනකොට කියන්නේ මුලින් කියනක පස්සේ කියනවා පස්සේ කිව්වා එහෙම බෑනේ. paragraph එකේ flow එකක් තියෙනවා. එහෙනම් මේ paragraph එක මේකට connected, මේක මේකට connected, මේක මේකට connected, මේක මේකට connected, මේක මේකට connected. හරියට බැලුවොත් මේකේ අන්තිම වාක්‍යය මේක පළවෙනි වාක්‍යයට connected. මේකේ අන්තිම වාක්‍යය මේක පළවෙනි වාක්‍යයට connected. එහෙම connect කරලා තියෙන්නේ මේවා. මේ හරියට තියෙන්නේ introduction, මේ හරියට තියෙන්නේ conclusion. නිර්දේශ කිරීම, recommendations. ඒවා අපි ඔළුව හැදෙන්න ඕන. මම හදනවා ඔයගෙට ඒක. නැතු ඊමේල් එක පැසේජ් එක නිකන් ඔය වල්බූරු විදිහට ලියන්නේ නැහැ නේද? ඒ ක්‍රමයක් තියෙනවා. එතකොට third එක උත්තරේ මෙතන. එහෙනම් fourth answer එක අපි මේ උඩ හොයනවා. එපා උඩ හොයන්න එපා. පහළට යන්න. Your fourth answer is there. Your fifth answer is there. Your fifth answer is there. උත්තර පාක් ලියලා ඉවරයි. දැන් මම සමහර මෙහෙම දෙයක් වෙනවා. මම වෙන පුළුවන් දේවල් කියන්නේ. කියනවා 6 එකේ answer එක නෑ. හොයනවා. මෙන්න 6 එක තියෙන්නේ මේ. 6 එක තියෙන්නේ මෙතන. දැන් මේ හරිය මොකුත් නෑ කියෙව්වා. හරිය ප්‍රශ්න උත්තරේ නෑ. අපි පොඩ කලබල වෙනවා. දාඩිය දානවා. හරි. ඔව් 6 එක නෑ. දැන් 6 එකකින් තියෙනවා මෙතන. පහළට යන්න. වැඩි උඩ බල කරගන්න එපා. පහළට යන්න. තව බැලුවා. 7 වෙනි ප්‍රශ්නේ උත්තර දෙන්නේ මෙතන. මේ හරිය මොකුත් නෑ. 8 තියෙන්නේ මෙන්න මෙතන. 9 තියෙනවා එතන. මෙන්න මෙතන 9 තියෙනවා. මෙන්න 10 තියෙන අන්තිම වාක්‍ය 10. දැන් ප්‍රශ්න 10ක් ලියලා ඉවරයි. හැබැයි තව කීයක් තියෙනවද? 11 12 13. දැන් 11 වෙනි ප්‍රශ්නේ බැලුවාම දැන් මේක through since we went through this 11 වෙනි ප්‍රශ්නේ බැලුවාම අපි ඔළුව නිකන් ලාවට වැඩ කරනවා මොකද්ද? ඒකේ උත්තරේ නිකන් මෙන්න මේ හරිය තිබුණා වගේ. ඒ මේ හරිය මගේ ලෝකේ කියන්නේ අපිට මේ හරිය තිබුණා වගේ නිකන් බැලිලා අපිට අක්කල් මේ බලන්න හිතෙනවා. ඊළඟ ලොකුම කියන්නේ නැහැ. මේකයි බලන්න. ඔන්න 11 අවුරුදු. එහෙනම් 12 ඊට පල්ලෙයා 13 තව ටිකක් බලන්න. ඔන්න that is the way answers are come. Clear? You have to follow this. You follow this. හරි. මේක සමහර කලාතුරකින් පොඩ්ඩක් උඩ පාර 6 එක පාරවල් යන්න පුළුවන්. නමුත් that is very rare. M6 එක යනවා කොහොමද දෙනවා reading. ඉන්නවත් දෙනවා. නමුත් මේක තමයි general procedure. Is it clear to you all? Any questions? You have to follow this way. You don't have time to read and understand everything. Find answers. That's what you have to do. Clear? Right. Okay. That is the reading test. Now you finish listening, you finish reading. Listening test 35 minutes, reading test 1 hour, then පැය 1යි විනාඩි 35ක් විතර දැන් exam hall එකේ ගත කරලා තිනවා. Now reading test finish, then minimum computer reading का block करना. I read का काफी करते हैं. Answer save, auto save and block. तो निकाल बुक करना मेरे पर टाइम में इवर करना पड़ता है. auto save मैंने डाल दिया. अभी बुक save करना अब ध्यान नहीं. अभी उत्तर के save. When you are doing reading, listening के reading के देखिए मैं in screen your right hand side top corner clock එක appear වෙනවා. ඒකට අපිට වෙලාව බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. වෙලාව පේනවා screen. මේක advantage. Then we are coming to writing. ඔන්න දැන් listening reading ඉවර වෙලා දැන් මොන writing paper එක appear වෙනවා ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ the screen. Writing paper again. Writing. You have again 1 hour. I told you this is silent killer. Silent killer කියලා මම කිව්වේ writing එක. මොකද හේතුව reading එක අපි හරි stress එකේ කොහොමද කරනවා. මොකද පැයයි තියෙන්නේ ප්‍රශ්න 40 අපි කාගෙන කරන stress එකේ කරනවා. ඒක අර පොඩ්ඩ මම කැමති ඉගෙන 50 overs cricket match එකක් වගේ over 50 එක. පැයක් තියෙනවනේ. පැයකට over 50. T20 කියන්නේ බෑ ඒකට. over 50යි over 50. ඒක ගේම ගහන්න ඕනේ. ඉතින් ගහගෙන යන්න බෑ. නැත්නම් බෑනේ ගහන්න. ඒ නිසා අපි ගහගෙන ගිහලා අපි ඉවර කරනවා reading එක. දැන් stress එක ටිකක් මොන වෙනවද? අඩු වෙනවා අන්න. reading එකෙන් stress එක අඩු වෙනවා. දැන් writing ගාව අපිට පොඩ්ඩක් නිකන් හරි වැඩි ගොඩ දැන් වගේ අපිට දැනෙනවා ඇඟට. වැඩි ඉවරයි දැන් writing ආවා. ප්‍රශ්න දෙකයි තියෙන්නේ පැය ඉන්න වැඩ දැන් හරි. හැබැයි මේක තමයි අපුව අමාරු දාන්නේ. This is the silent killer. So you be very careful on writing. Writing අපි relax වෙනවා තමයි. relax වුණාට we have to be very careful. Because writing there are 2 tasks, that is task 1 and task 2. Question දෙකක් යනවා. I will make a special lecture on next day. මේවා ගැන මම කතා කරනවා detail කතා කරලා ඔයගොල්ලෝ පැහැදිලි කරනවා. මොකද ඒක හරි වැදගත්. මොකද මේ මොඩියුල් එක ඔයාලව writing වල ගොඩ දැම්මොත් ඒක තමයි මගේ තියෙන ජයග්‍රහණය. අනිත් ඔයාලා දැන් ඔක්කොම වගේ low bands ko expect කරන නිසා writing එකේ අපි සමහරට ඔයාලා අතරින් එනකොට ඔයාලා writing result එක උඩට හොඳ වෙන්න පුළුවන්. මම හිතුවා දැන් මේ කට්ටිය අතරින් එක්කෙනෙක් දෙන්නෙක් සමහරට writing result එක හොඳ වෙන්න පුළුවන් සමහර අයිත් වලට වඩා. මම ඒ තරම් ගයිඩ් කරන writing වල හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න writing වල 7න් උඩ යන්න හරි අමාරුයි. හරි අමාරුයි. හරි. Writing task 1. Check your summarizing capacity. Check your summarizing capacity. How much you are talented to summarize the idea. Summarize the idea. So writing task 2, check your describing capacity. How much you are talented to describe something. Describe something. Okay, guys. You have total 1 hour. Total 1 hour. When you approach the writing paper, I will suggest you all, whether doing general or academic, no problem. I would suggest you take first 5 minutes, maximum 5 minutes. Take your first 5 minutes and read both questions carefully. ප්‍රශ්න දෙකම කියවන්න. ප්‍රශ්න දෙකම හොඳට කියවන්න. ඒ ප්‍රශ්න දෙකම කියවුවාම ප්‍රශ්න දෙකම කියවන්න කියන්නේ ඇයි මම? දැන් පළවෙනි ප්‍රශ්නේ මුලින්ම ලියන්නේ එකක් කියවන්න ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඇයි මම ප්‍රශ්න දෙකම කියවන්න කියන්නේ මුලින්ම? ඊළඟ 5ක් කරන්නේ. මොකද ලොජික් එක. දැන් මුලින්ම ලියන්නේ මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ task 1 දැන් මුලින්ම ලියන්නේ. task 2 ලියන්නේ එපා. task 1 lazy. task 1 is easy. Don't start from the difficult question. Task 2 is difficult. If we start with the difficult question, අපු හිරවුනොත් ඊට පස්සේ stress එකක් create වෙනවා. So අපි task 1 ඉඳලා පටන් ගන්නවා. මේ task 1 ඉඳලා පටන් ගත්තම මම ඔයාලට කියනවා at the very beginning task 1 එක විතරක් කියවලා ලියන්න පටන් ගන්න එපා. මේ දෙකම හොඳට කියවලා ලියන්න පටන් ගන්න කියලා. ඇයි? why? ඇයි එහෙම කියන්නේ හේතුව?
task 1 එකේ තියෙන summarize කරන්නේ task 2 එකකින් විස්තර කරන දෙක විරුද්ධ.
Oh, that's true. That's true. My question is that why I told you to read at the very beginning both 2 questions. දෙකම කියවන්නේ. ඉතින් මේ කියවලා මේක ලියලා ඉවරලා පස්සේ මේ කියවන්න පුළුවන්. idea එක. ඔව් ඇත්තටම idea එක ගන්න කියන්නේ මම කියන්නේ අපේ human brain එක හැටි මේක computer එකේදී කවදාවත් මිනිස්සුන්ට තාම ලෝකේ ටෙක්නොලොජි එකේ brain එකට ගහන computer එක ගහන්න බැරුණානේ. The brain is the most powerful computer in the world still. මම දන්නේ ඉස්සරහට පුළුවන් නේද කියලා. ඉස්සරහට කවුද මෙයා කියනවා කවුද Microsoft IT කෙනා කියනවා in future we need not doctors. In next 10 decades we need not doctors. I discourage the student to do medicine. Medicine කරන්න එපා කියලා කියන්නේ. Why? Because in future with the computer and robotic science, that computer and robotic science can combine together and treat the people. Instead of treat kan doctors වලින් robot ලා. ඒතර computer එකෙන් දෙනවා අපේ ලෙඩේ අපේ ඇඟ ස්කෑන් කරනවා. අපිට ඕන අසනීප වෙලා යනවා කියලා මමයි නිරෝෂයි ගියා හොස්පිටල් එකේ ගිහම නිරෝෂව යනවා එක පැත්තකට මොකද ladies ලගේ body context එක වෙනස් ජෙන්ට්ස් ලගේ වෙනස් මාව එක පැත්තකට යනවා. අපි දෙන්නම ස්කෑන් වෙනවා. ස්කෑන්ලා මියාව එක රොබෝ කෙනෙක් බාර ගන්නවා මම තව රොබෝ කෙනෙක් බාර ගන්නවා. ඒතර ඒක තමයි කරන්නේ. තනිකර අපි ස්කෑන් කරනවා. ඒක කම්පියුටරින් ස්කෑන් කරලා අපි සම්පූර්ණ ලෙඩ ටික ඔක්කොම කම්පියුටරින් ඩයග්නෝස් කරනවා. ඩයග්නෝස් කරලා කෙලින්ම දෙනවා රොබෝට. රොබෝම කරන්නේ ට්‍රීට් කරනවා. ඔපරේෂන් එක රොබෝ කරනවා කියලා කියන්නේ. ඒක මාර කතාවක් කිව්වේ. The people were shocked. He was telling next 10 decades that what will happen? We need not doctors. But he was telling that he was telling students don't do medicine. Now we are still building our medical faculties. He was saying no need doctors. No need doctors. But still he's studying engineering, social science, agriculture. He was emphasizing agriculture, social science, economics. Those are the subjects we want to learn, not medicine. වෙන ලෝක වෙනස් නැහැ. අපේ ළමයි තාමත් මොනවද? ડોක්ටර්. ලෝක වෙනස් වෙනවා. ඒතකොට මම කියන්න උත්සාහ කරේ මම දෙකම කියවන්නේ ඇයි? අපේ හියුමන් බ්‍රේන් එක හරි පවර්ෆුල් නේ. ඒතකොට ඕගොල්ලෝ මේ දෙකම කියුවාම දැන් මේක ලියන්න පටන් ගන්නකොට දැන් මේක ලියනවා. ඔයා ලියනවා මේක. ලියනකොට අපි ඔළුව ගැටින් මොකද වෙන්නේ? මේකට රෙඩි වෙනවා. අපි දන්නේ නැහැ එයා රෙඩි වෙනවා මේකට. ඒක අපි මේක නොකියවා මේක විතරක් කියවලා පටන් ගත්තොත් මෙයාට මේක රෙඩි වෙන්න බෑ. අපි ඉන්පුට් එක දීලා තියන්නවා. ඒ නිසා first 5 minutes read both questions and to start writing with this. එතකොට IELTS academic කරන here you will get a graph, process, engineering structures, map, data table මොකක්ද කියලා අපි දන්නේ. අපි පස්සේ විස්තරව කතා කරමු. කතා කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. ඔය එකක් එනවා. ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ඉන්නේ graph එක. සමහරට process එකක් එන්න පුළුවන්. process එකක් flow diagram එකක් වගේ map engineering structure ඔයාලා මේක පස්සේ කතා කරමු. general කරන අයට ඉන්නේ බොහෝ විට formal letter. official ලියුමක් ලියන්න. අනිවාර්යෙන් ලියුමක්. ඒ හරි ලේසි එතන general අය. academic එකට පහකින් එකක් කොයි එකේද දන්නේ නැහැ. graph එකේද process එකේද engineering structure එකේද map එකේද නමුත් මට judge කරන්න පුළුවන් exam trend එක අනුව 100ක් නිවැරදිව නෙමෙයි 85ක් 90ක් නිවැරදිව මේ අවුරුදු exam එකට ආඩ මේකේ කියලා මට judge කරන්න පුළුවන්. Looking at past records we can do that. So then task 1 you are summarizing capacity, task 2 describing capacity. Here different type of questions are coming. Description type of question, do you agree or disagree question, to what extent do you agree question, අපි කියන one sided argument, two sided argument අපි ඔය පස්සේ කතා කරමු. ඔය ලොකු කතාවක් පස්සේ කතා කරමු ඉන්නේ. ඒක එනවා. එහෙනම් task 1 it contributes 40% of your marks. Task 2 contributes 60% of your marks. Enan, this one is very important. This is describing capacity, this is summarizing capacity. මේ දෙකට මොනවද ලියන්න ඕන? First 5 minutes you read the question, then you can take maybe 20 to 25 minutes for this question, then you have 30 to 35 minutes for this question. ඒක පහක් අපි මුලින්ම allocate වුණොත් අපිට මෙතන 20 25 minutes ඉඳලා මෙතන 30 to 35 minutes වගේ තියෙනවා. ඒක වගේ අපිට manage කරගන්න පුළුවන්. That's the way we have to answer. Then when you are going to answer in your computer screen, a dialog box එකක් text box එකක් open වෙනවා. text box එකට තමයි type කරන්න වෙන්නේ. copy paste කරන්න පුළුවන්, drag කරන්න පුළුවන්, ඔක්කොම කරන්න පුළුවන්. මේවා මොකුත් නැහැ. spelling checking, grammar checking ඒ ඔක්කොම disable කරලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒක මොකුත් කරන්න බෑ. මේ experience තමයි හම්බෙන්නේ. ඒ නිසා මේක හරියට ලියන්න. මේකේ ප්‍රශ්න වර්ග මේවා ලියන විදිය මේවා ලියන criteria වලට match කරන්නේ කොහමද? අපි ඒවා separately will discuss in our classes, coming classes. I will seriously teach you how to get a good band score for writing. Now what will happen? Within 1 hour writing test also over. Time එකක් ඉවරයි. දැන් මේ නා මොකද උනේ? You test එකම කරලා ඉවරයි. You finish entire test. Main test. our speaking equal තියෙනවා. main test එක ඉවරයි. listening කරා. listening අපි ඉවර කරා. 35 minutes විතර ගියා ඒකට. ඊපස්සේ අපි reading වලට ගියා. reading අපේ 1 hour ගියා. ඊට අපි writing කරා. ඒකට 1 hour ගියා. දැන් සම්පූර්ණ කාලය සාමාන්‍ය මේ papers තුනට විතරක් යනවා. 2 hours and 35 minutes. 2 hours and 35 minutes. එතකොට 2 hours and 35 minutes අපි සම්පූර්ණ මේ exam වලට යනවා. ඔය අතරේ ඉතින් අර පොඩි චුටි gaps එකම යනවානේ. පොඩි gap යනවා. ඉතින් පොඩි gap නිසා මේක සම්පූර්ණ exam time එක සාමාන්‍යයෙන් 2 hours and 45 minutes වලින් වගේ ඉවරයි. 2 hours and 45 minutes. That is the main test. Then you finish your main test in 2 hours and 45 minutes and you can get away from your examination hall. මේකේ time එක ඉවරනකොටම writing එක ටක් ගාලා ඔටෝ සේව් වෙනවා. එච්චරයි. අය එතෙන් වල පේපර් කලෙක්ට් කරන්න ඕන ළමයි කාර කැල්කියුලේට් කරන්න ඕන මොකක්වත් නැහැ. මොකද ඔක්කොම සිස්ටම් එකෙන් කැල්කියුලේට් කරලා තියෙනවා. මොකද ළමයි ඉන්නවන කම්පියුටර් එකේ කැල්කියුලේට් වල ඉවරයි. එයාට ඔක්කොම එතන ඩීටේල් වැටලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ නිසා ඔක්කොම සිස්ටමයිස් කරලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ නිසා ඔක තමයි තමයි. ඉස්සර සමහරලාවට 3 hour ගිය අවස්ථාවක් තියෙනවා පේපර් බේස් ටෙස්ට් එකේදී. මොකද හේතුව ළමයි ගණන් කරන්න පේපර් එකේ අඩු නම් ආයි ගණන් කරලා බලන්න ඕනේ. එතන වැඩ ගොඩයි. මොකද අපිට අවුලක් ගියොත් ළමයි තියන් ඉන්න ඔක්කොම මේ වෙනකන්. but this one ඔක්කොම සිස්ටම් එකෙන් යන්නේ then that's within 2 hours and 45 minutes exam is over.
ඉතල එක්සෑම් කොහොමද එකම දවසේ තිබුණේ නැහැ.
No, this is one day. Listening, reading and writing one day. Exam start at 1 o'clock in Sri Lankan time. මොකද ලෝකෙම එකම ටයිම් එක ගන්න එපා. අපේ 1 o'clock වෙනකොට අයින් කරලා තමයි උදේ. exam එක බලන්නේ exam දිනවල ගොඩක් අය ලෝකෙ එකම ටයිම් එක ගන්න.
ලෝකෙම දාන්නේ එක්සෑම් එක එකම එක්සෑම් එකක් කියන්නේ.
ඒම තමයි කියන විදියට. නමුත් එහෙමද කියලා පොඩි සැකයකුත් තියෙනවා. පොඩි සැකයක් තියෙනවා තමයි කියන විදියට. නමුත් එහෙමමද කියන පොඩි සැකයක් තියෙන සමහර දේවල් IELTS still not clear. still not clear සමහර දේවල්. සමහරවිට පැහැදිලි නැති තැනුත් පොඩ්ඩක් තාමත් තියෙනවා. අපිත් හොයනවා net එකේ හොයනවා දන්නයින් අහනවා. සමහර දේවල් දැන් එකම exam එක නොවිච්ච අවස්ථා මම ඔබ්සර්ව් වෙලා තියෙනවා. මොකද in my previous classes some students I had some students in Malaysia and Thailand Sri Lanka side. ඒතර ඒගොල්ලෝ exam A ලියනකොට අපේ අය මේ ලිව්වාම මේ අය කියපු ප්‍රශ්න නෙමෙයි තමයි ඊට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ වෙච්ච අවස්ථා ඕන තරම් තියෙනවා. That is the way that test is. So that is the end of the main test. That's the end of the main test. And then what will happen? Same day if you book, the way you book, the same day you can apply speaking test. Otherwise you can do speaking test few days later or maybe few days early also you can do it the way you booked in the system. Any questions?
What's the best way
to the speaking test? I think better to do that maybe after main test. After main test then you,
in the same day?
not the same day. I think maybe 1 or 2 days later if you can do that's good, no? Then you finish the main test, then you are relaxed mentally, then you can full focus on the speaking for maybe 1 or 2 days. Maybe 2 days is better. After 2 days you can do. Don't take 5-6 days later. Maybe එහෙම කරන්න බෑ මොකද රිසල්ට් එක දෙන්න බෑ ඉක්මනට. ඒගොල්ලෝ ඒ සිස්ටම් එක හදලා තියෙන්නේම ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ඊට පහුවෙන්ද වගේ බුක් කරන්න. ඒ නිසා ලොකු ගැප් එකක් ගන්න එපා. ඉතින් ඒ පිටම කර දාන්න වෙනවා ස්පීකින් ටෙස්ට් එක. But speaking test, please understand that's a face to face. That's a face to face. Clear? Any other questions? පැහැදිලි. අපිට ස්පීකින් ටෙස්ට් එකක් කතා කරලා මේ කතාව ඉවර කරමු. දැන් නම් listening reading writing ඔක්කොම ඉවරයි. මොනවද වෙන්නේ? දැන් මේක අපි practical experience කරන්න පටන් ගන්නවා ලබන සතියේ. We'll experience practically how it happen. ඒක practice කරනවා. So in you are the second batch of this year. මම ඊට පොඩි චුටි batch එකක් කරා. ඒක ස්පොන්සර් දෙන්න එක පොඩි batch එකක්. ඒක දැන් තව දවස් දෙකකින් ඉවර වෙනවා. ඕගොල්ලෝ තමයි මගේ second batch එක මේ අවුරුද්දේ. So then we do a good work since you all are in some kind of a low bands. කොහොමද කවුරු හතේ අය නැති නිසා එතෙන්දී අපි තුන් දිනාම මට එක මට්ටමින් රන් කරන් යන්න පුළුවන්. අපිට 100% assurance එකක් තියාගන්න පුළුවන් අපේ target එක. 100% assurance අපි වැඩ කරොත් අපිට 100% assurance තියාගන්න මොකද target එක ලොකු. target ලොකු. මොකද මම දන්නවා දැන් මගේ ෆන් රෙකෝඩ්ස් ගත්ත තියෙන ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස් ලා 6න් පල්ලෙයා ගන්න ගොඩක් අඩුයි. ගොඩක් අඩුයි වැඩ. පන්තිර දිගටම ආවොත් 6න් පල්ලෙයා ගන්නෙම නෑ වගේ. හැබැයි ගොඩක් අය 6 ආවට තමයි ගොඩක් අය ගන්න. ඒක බුරු කියන්නේ මම බුරු කියන්නේ 7 ගත්ත කියලා ඔක්කොම එම් කියන්නේ නෑ මම බුරු කියන්නේ නෑ. මොකද 7ක් ගන්න ළමේ කලාතුරකින්. කලාතුරකින් 7න් උඩ ගන්න. එයා ඉංග්‍රීසි ටිකුත් අරගෙන තමයි මෙතන එන්නේ. මොකද 6 අවට ගන්නවා. 6 6.5 ගොඩක් අය ගන්නවා. අති බහුතරයක් ගන්නවා. 7 ගන්නවා. 7.5 8 ගන්නවා. මේ වගේ කවුරුත් තමයි ගත්තේ නෑ. මේ ඉතින් ඒක තමයි තමයි. මෙසේජ් පැහැදිලි right. Then after you finish this writing test and all that listening, reading, writing, you are coming to your final test, that is the speaking. That is the speaking. What do you think about the speaking test? What do you know about the speaking test?
There are 3 parts.
Yeah, 3 parts in the speaking test. and this is not computer delivered. This is face to face. This is face to face. And during this COVID-19 time, actually I remember that most of the time we had exam in online, speaking online. The exam is coming on the screen and student coming physically, and that kind of things also there. But now exams are conducting maybe 100%. It's like a face-to-face exam. I think that is good. The thing is that all other 3 subjects are computer delivered. This one comes to face-to-face, also like a good balance. Good balance. It's a face-to-face exam. So total exam time is like a 16 to 18 minutes maximum. 16 to 18 minutes. During this very short time, you know, listening test 30 minutes, reading test 1 hour, writing test 1 hour, but this takes 16 to 18 minutes. So if you apply this test on a separate day, for a 16 minutes test you have to go to Colombo. විනාඩි 10ක ටෙස්ට් එකට කොළඹ යන්න වෙනවා. ඉතින් මතකෙ ඉඳන් යන එක ටිකක් හොඳයි. And now there is no any test centers in southern province. No test centers in eastern province. ඉස්සර තිබුණා. ඉස්සර southern වල ගාල්ලි exam center එකක් තිබුණා, මාතර exam center එකක් තිබුණා. ඔක්කොම දැන් වහලා තියෙන්නේ. ඔක්කොම centralize කරලා තියෙන්නේ කොළඹ. Colombo, Kandy, Jaffna and Kurunegala. ඔච්චරයි ලංකාව කොහෙද ඔය ටික යන්නේ. ඒක හම්බන්තොට ළමේ කොළඹට එන්න ඕන එක්සෑම් එකට. මොකද අර පැත්තෙන් ඊස්ටර්න් එකේ chance එකක් නැහැ. ඒක නැත්නම් කැන්ඩි යන්න ඕන. ඒක තමයි සිටුේෂන් එක. මම හිතන්නේ ඒක එක පැත්තකින් IELTS වල ඩිමාන්ඩ් එක අඩුවීමකුත් ඇති. අපි co-pilot එකෙන් චෙක් කරාම නම් they were telling demand is rising කියලා තමයි කියන්නේ. But I think the demand dropped because that countries get settled, the people don't have big issues like now. People can see some easiness for the life නේද? හැමෝටම මේ තාම lower class එක තාම ඒක ආවේ නැහැ. නමුත් upper middle income class එකට දැන් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා economic benefit. We can see by looking at the road නේද? පාරේ යන වාහන ටික දැක්කම තේරෙනවා upper middle income group එක flourish වෙලා තියෙන ලංකාවේ. ඒගොල්ලන්ට loan ගන්න වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒගොල්ලෝ ලක්ෂ කෝටික වාහනයක් ගන්නේ ලක්ෂ 70ක loan එක ගන්න වෙන්න පුළුවන්. නමුත් loan එක ගන්න ගන්න පුළුවන් නිසා. ඒ කියන්නේ middle income class now they got flourish. Now it's moving to further downturn to the lower middle income and more poor category. So government is ඒකටයි plan එක. ඒගොල්ලෝ ඒක යනවා. ආන්තික දුප්පත් අයට සපෝට් කරන තමයි අර වතුකම් කරුගෙන් පඩි වැඩි කරලා ගත්ත. ඒගොල්ලෝ එතනට මේ ගලා යනකම් බලන් ඉන්න බෑ. එතන පොඩි සපෝට් එකක් දුන්නා. ඒ government එකේ මේ economic plan එක ඉන්නේ. එතකොට තමයි තාත්තේ. එතකොට මම කියන උත්සාහ කරේ ස්පීකින් ටෙස්ට් එක මේ ටෙස්ට් එක විනාඩි 10ක්. සහානියක් කොළඹ ඊළඟ එක්සෑම් එක කරනවා. ඒතර මේකේ තියෙන ස්වභාවය තමයි this is මම කිව්වා රීඩින් ටෙස්ට් එක මොන ක්‍රිකට් මැච් එක වගේද? ODI 50 overs. විනාඩි ඕවර් 50ක් තියෙනවා. 50 දී පොඩ්ඩක් දිගටම ගහගෙන යනවා වෙලාවක් තියෙනවා. ඕවර් 50ම තියෙනවා. මේකේ නම් මොකද? this like a T20 cricket. this like a T20 cricket. මොකද වෙන්නේ? පටන් ගත්ත මොහොතේ නම් අපේ ටැලන්ට් එක පෙන්නනවා. Your full talent you are show to the exam. You don't have much time. විනාඩි 15ක් විතර ගිහලා මම මගේ වැඩ පෙන්නන්නම් කියලා බලන්න බෑ. මේක from the very beginning you have to show your talent, your fluency, your accuracy, your grammar, your vocabulary, your gesture, your facial expressions, everything you should show to the exam. මේක එම් මැච් එක. ඒ විනාඩි 15යි 16. part 3ක් තියෙනවා. part 1 මම මේක ඩීටේල් කතා කරනවා ළඟ සතියේ. part 1 speaking part 1, speaking part 2 and speaking part 3. Those are the 3 parts. එහෙනම් මේ ඔක්කොම ඉවර වෙන විනාඩි කීයද? 10. maximum 10. Part 1, speaking part 1 actually examiner try to develop a relationship with you. Examiner try to develop a relationship with you. And examiner asks some general question. First, examiner check your passport and first he introduce himself. Okay, I am the IELTS examiner for you. I have 14 years experience. So I represent British Council and I wish you good luck for your exam. What I can do? I make gani passport what will happen? he will tell, now I am going to start part 1 of the IELTS exam. Then put a connection. Can you tell me your name, please? Can you tell me about your name, your family and your hometown? Then what will happen? Yourself, can I your family, and then maybe ask about your hometown. This kind of questions is asking. After that, he's asking some questions maybe about like your childhood, your favorite foods, your studies, your work, job again, maybe your the trip you went out and shopping. He's asked some questions. Asked some questions from you. So that's the part 1. So part 1, the hell, this is we call short run. Short run means your answer should be short. Your answer should be short.
කලින් සපකාගත ප්‍රශ්න ටිකක්ද ඒ වෙලාවේ නැත්නම් එක්සැමිනර් එකෙන් අහන ප්‍රශ්න?
No, the examiner, the thing is that there is some guideline to the examiner. Your question should come in this area. මේව තමයි අහන්නේ. මම කියනවා තමයි අහන්නේ. මම ඉස්සෙල්ලා අහනවා ස්වාමීන් වහන්සේ. අහනකොට උත්තර දෙන්න වෙයි මම මේ ප්‍රශ්න අහනවා. So child මම example එකක් දෙන්න. Where did you live when you was a small boy? What kind of games did you play when you were a small child? So how did you enjoy at that time with your same age people? Do you think that same games play the same age people now? No, at all, not that actually now they are very much addicted to computers and smartphones and smartwatches, so they are not making this kind of games now. They have computer games. Always you make a short answers here. Don't make your answers very long. You answer maybe 3 to 4 sentences. 3 to 4 sentences. Don't make long story. Why? Examiner is thinking to ask maybe 5-6 questions. දැන් ඔයා දිගටම කතා කරන් යනවනම් මොකද එක්සැමිනර්ට වෙන්නේ? එක්සැමිනර්ට හරිය පීඩනයක් කියලා. මොකද මේ කියවනු නවත්තන්න බෑ. මම ඊළඟ ප්‍රශ්නේ අහගන්න කියන්නේ. ඒ එක්සැමිනර් කලබලෙන් ඊළඟ ප්‍රශ්නේ අහන්න යනවා. Then what will happen? You and examiner relationship broken. Relationship broken. Hence you should know part 1, your answer should be short. මම ප්‍රැක්ටිස් කරන පෙන්නනම් කොච්චරද වෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා. Answer should be short. So part 2, you will get a topic. You will get a topic and you have to talk for 2 minutes. විනාඩි දෙකක් කතා කරන්න ඕන till examiner tell you to stop. Part 3, this is we call medium run. Then part 3, examiner asks some question based on this topic. This called medium run. This called long run. Sorry, this called long run. මොකද විනාඩි දෙකක් කතා කරනවා. examiner ඉවර කරන්න කියන කතා කරනවා. Then part 3 is a medium run. Here examiner asks some question based on this topic. මේ topic එක පදනම් වෙලා දැන් හිතන ප්‍රශ්න ටිකක් මෙතන අහනවා ඒකට උත්තර දෙන්න. After finish all these questions, your IELTS exam is IELTS exam awesome. So basically I would like to finish my introduction from here. So if you have any question, it's a time you can ask your questions. මොනවද ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද?